All right, we are live. Hey, everybody! Thanks for hopping on. Happy Friday. Get started here in just a minute. Had quite a few people reply saying that they were coming today, so I'll make sure they all hop on. Let me just double check a few things, and then we'll get rolling. And I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm all congested. Can't seem to shake this cold. But all right, let's do it. All right, I think we're all set up. Cool. All right, let's get rolling. So today's topic: how to attract middle school families. Interesting, very specific topic, right? But it's a question that I've received more so over the past year than ever before. How do we fill those 6th, 7th, and 8th grade years? And in today's session, we're going to talk about some strategies on how to do that. And I think the one big thing that you really need to think about when you're looking to attract middle school families is why are they going to come to your school in middle school? Now, could they be? And I think obviously two reasons. One is they're coming from an elementary school, right? You might have a natural feeder from some elementary schools into your school. The other is, and this is probably the trickiest part, is that for many families, it might mean switching schools, right? Especially if you think about those 7th and 8th grade years, naturally, not your feeder years. So you're going to have to get a family to switch to come to your school. So then the question is, how do we find those families? How do we get them to switch? And that's what we're going to get into today. So let me get some of these words off the screen. Okay. So first things first, let me share my screen. I'll go through a couple slides here just to kind of keep us on track. And then we'll get rocking and rolling. So let me share my window here, share. Let's move my face out of here. And let's go to this. All right, so you all should be seeing my screen now. All right, so what's really important first is what you need to know regarding why parents, especially if they want to switch schools, right? So if you are in that category where you know that if families are coming to switch, why do they switch? And here's some really great data that came from the niche.com parent survey. And what you can see there, why do parents leave their previous school? And you can see there very clearly the number one reason that they're leaving their current school is academic concerns. So how do we use that, right? So in thinking about if you want to attract families to your schools for feeder years, then you need to make sure that you're attracting them with content that they want to see. Obviously, 82% expressing academic concerns. And obviously, you see some of the other ones there, athletic opportunities, right? Negative experience with teacher administrator. So you could see those things in any type of content that you're creating. But obviously, that big 82% number. So as you're creating content on your website, as you're holding information sessions, you want to be sure that you're highlighting your academic capabilities. And you might want to pull in some data from how you compare to other schools, get some parent testimonials, right? I think that's probably one of the overlooked aspects of this is, every school's got those quick facts and here's how great we're doing. But wouldn't it be great if you could have a story from an existing family? Hey, we were at another school, we switched, we're so happy. My child's succeeding. They're going to go to a great high school, a great college, whatever it might be. Talk about the academic programs that you have. So allow your existing families to tell those stories, especially in regards to, pulling in those families, find those families that have switched from other schools and let them tell their story. So that's one. And then I'm going to talk about here in a second some content that you can create and get distributed that will be attractive to families as well. Excuse me. All right. Let's go to the next slide now. So that's first, right? We need to know why they would want to switch. Now, this isn't necessarily switching, but it also has to do with if you have some feeder schools. A question that I've received is like, how do we get more families to come from our feeder schools? Or how do we persuade, convince, encourage our feeder schools in the area to actively send students to our school? And one of the ways that you can do this, a really clever way, and I apologize, I was trying to find the exact example. I couldn't find it for the life of me. But when you see what I'm going to talk about, you can develop it on your own. It's not difficult. But I think more important is the concept here. And that concept here is developing a feeder school quick facts guide. And what I mean by that is you probably have your quick facts on your website, your student to teacher ratios, your, how many athletic programs you have, your college acceptance rate, all those quick facts, right? What I want you to do is kind of what I would say actually niche down there and build one of those for a feeder school. So let's say you have one or two feeder schools that have sent a lot of students your way over the years, and you want to try to, again, harness that relationship and get them to continue to send you more, especially maybe if they haven't sent them over as many over the past couple of years. So what you could do is you develop an infographic, right? And it's like, I just gave an example there. Discover the success journey from that feeder school's name to your school. We'll say Ames Academy right now, right? So you're creating this infographic that can highlight things like how many students over the years have come from that school. What are the alumni, for students that have come from that feeder school? Where are they now? Alumni highlights. What high schools and colleges do they go off to? Right. I was talking with a school recently, and that's one of the things that they were trying to highlight because families were coming to them and say, hey, with our school in 8th grade, what high schools are they going to the best high schools? So, and that goes back to those educational concerns or academic concerns. So highlight where those students are coming from. Are students that come to your school, are they getting a lot of scholarship dollars? Acceptance rate percentages. This is a good time of a graduate that you have. Then you can also highlight some other general school quick facts. I see a lot more that can go in there. The point is, how do you think your feeder school is going to react? How do you think they're going to receive it if they see, wow, yeah, over the past 2 years, 50 students have come from our school and gone to your academy, and look at how well they're doing. That's naturally going to persuade them or convince them to, as families are asking them, hey, where do other students go? Where should we go? Where should we consider? You're going to be at the top of the list, and maybe even hand it to the faculty and staff at that feeder school so that they can distribute it to their family. I know that this has worked really well. I've talked with schools that have used this. I apologize, I don't have a specific example there, but I think and something like this can be really, really powerful. All right, so build that infographic. You could just go use a Canva template, transform the facts you already have. And it might take a little bit of time, right, to look at how many students came from which school and some of the successes that they've had, but be a project certainly well worth its weight and really provide a significant ROI. So consider that. The third one is a really interesting and clever idea that I've seen work really well. And this has to do with attracting those families that are looking to switch, right? 7th grade, 8th grade families, or maybe you don't have some natural fees, so naturally families have to switch. How do you get families to switch? One of the things I've seen done really well in the past is what I call creating a why switch guide or a why switch lead magnet. So again, a lead magnet is something where you give a guide, a checklist, whatever it might be, something of value in exchange for contact information. It might be something that looks like this, right? Thinking about switching schools. So how this works is you would have a page on your website that looks something like this and you've created a guide, and the guide is called Why Switch? Or how do you know if it's time to switch schools? And so as families are organically clicking around on your website, they if they're interested in switching schools, they're going to click on this, they're going to download it. It's not that we're looking for massive volume here to get a lot of families to fill this out, but if anybody does fill out this form to get this Why Switch guide, that already tells you a lot about they're unhappy in their current situation and they're looking to switch. It's a really great starting point for developing a relationship and a conversation with them. Okay, so this is what I would consider a lead magnet. Yes, you have to create the guide. Yes, you have to create the landing pages. I will share with you in a second how this is already all done for you. But I just wanted to highlight that, one of the questions I get all the time is, okay, if we create this, then where does it live on the site? You would just link over to it, right? Maybe you put it on your admissions page, your academic page, or your home page. And you would have an image that just says, hey, thinking about switching schools, download our Why Switch guide, right? And it would take them to a page like this to download. And so let me show you an example of what a Why Switch guide would look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you in the back end here of the AIMS platform, because again, you can do this on your own, but we've also done it for you with unbranded templates that you can, and it's pretty much 90% done for you. So you'll see here in the back end of the platform, we have all these pre-built inquiry magnet landing pages. So you see there's a lot here. Let's click on Why Switch, and let's just click into the page. You can see here now here is your landing page, right? You just update it with your logo. Obviously, we want to change this image out, update it with your own content, right? So not a long page. You don't want it to be too long, but you want it to live on your website. So you could attach this to your website. So as you're looking to make updates, you want to change the title, whatever, this is all drag and drop. So you have the ability inside the platform to update this, and it pretty much gets you about 9% of the way done to create something like this. So if you're interested in this, let me know. We can do a demo. I can show you how this works. You can get it on your website pretty quickly. Something that used to cost thousands of dollars or even months to create, it's essentially been done for you. Again, that's inside the AIMS platform. Happy to do a demo for you to show you how that works. All right, folks. So I think, we don't have any other slides beyond. Those are the three things, right? So to recap, the three ways to attract middle school families. Let's go in reverse order. We would have a Why Switch guide, a lead magnet, have that live on your website, have families start downloading it so you're collecting their contact information. Develop a feeder school quick facts guide. So get your quick facts. Try to find if there's students coming from 1, 2, 3, however many feeder schools that you have, where are they coming from? Is there some commonality? Develop an infographic specific to that school. Get to the school, hand it to faculty, staff, and so that they can distribute it to their families. And then, at the foundation of it all is, again, why would families even want to switch and leaving their school? What are they looking for? And as you can see here, it's kind of the old 80-20 rule. 80% of those families are making switches and moving schools for academic concerns. So, all right, folks, relative today, I hope this was helpful. Let me stop sharing my screen. Cool. There's my little ticker at the bottom. If you want to see a demo of the system, you want to see how you can get those inquiry magnets up on your website, whether Why Switch or any others, you can get up there. You'll be done in less than a day to get that all set up. So happy to share that with you. I hope you've been enjoying these live streams. You can expect an email notification from me. We're going to have some more streams in the following week, so keep an eye on your email. And on the website, I'll be updating, building out a new learning center on the website to include all of this content. So, make sure you keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, for those folks watching live, have a great weekend. If you're watching this as a recording, have a great rest of the week if it is not a Friday. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next live stream. Take care, everybody.